All right, so I want to talk a little bit about a death that occurred. Brandon Davis. Now, I know him. I knew Brandon Davis, and one of the things he used to do, he used to boy, he used to say we used to say something like his name is Brandon Davis, so we would say BD for Brandon Davis, and we'd be in school, and I came up with this thing where I'd be sitting there with my hands, and I'd be cussing the teachers out, and I'd be like, Brandon Davis, bitch, Brandon Davis, bitch, Brandon Davis, bitch, like that. I'd be doing that all day throughout the school, like back in seventh grade. I ended up at this middle school for a little bit, just a little bit, and I ended up going to middle school with him. Then there was another kid, there was another peer in our group, was Gutierrez, Woody Gutierrez, and I started calling him Wood Dog. Now this was in seventh grade, and nobody else, everybody just called him Woody, and so one day I was just like, fuck that, and so I started calling him Wood Dog, and then I started saying, I was like, bitch, Wood Dog, bitch, Brandon Davis, bitch, Brandon Davis, bitch. And then when I said bitch, I like yell it down the hallway so the whole school would hear it. Like you'd be walking through the hallway you would walk through the hallway in seventh grade, and me and him had like every single class together in seventh grade. And when you came into school throughout the whole day, that's all you would hear off and on was me going, Brandon Davis, bitch, Brandon Davis, bitch. I was saying about the teachers. They had a teacher. They had a teacher called. They had a teacher called Mr. They had a principal called Mr. Shelton, and I'd be saying his name. I'd be saying Sheldon, and then I'd be saying bitch. I'd be going Sheldon, bitch. Like it's like it was ringing. It was ringing across the whole hallway. Even the kids, like okay, the other classes, like even the people in the eighth grade started saying it. The people in the eighth grade heard me saying it. Next thing you know, one day I heard the eighth graders over on the other hall going, Sheldon, bitch, and then we'd be tearing his ass up, and then Brandon Davis would start doing. Brandon Davis started going, Sheldon, bitch, like we'd have like 10 students in the hallway just going, bitch, like that. It was funny as hell. Man, what else do we? Brandon Davis. See, I haven't spoken to him for years. I started talking to him like about 6 months ago, but we used to hang out. Like we used to hang out when we were in middle school, and he was just somebody that I just knew in school. He was a friend of mine, and it's like as we got older, when we got to high school, we didn't really speak as much, but we still hung out. But what we do, I stayed the night over his house. I remember on Halloween, I stayed the night over his house. We got drunk. We got drunk off of Captain Morgan, I believe. And we had some Black and Mild cigars. We were trying to roll the cigars in the Captain Morgan and smoke them to get a buzz. And this was over at his parents' house. We were staying, and we ended up getting drunk, I think. But he that's what he liked to do. He liked to drink and stuff. And then I remember he started getting in trouble. He started going to juvenile halls. But he was a good person though. He wasn't really he wasn't like a type of person who would just hurt somebody, just to mess. He wasn't like a sick person or anything like that. Like you hear about people getting in trouble, you think, oh, they must be dangerous. He was a good person, And then he ended up, I don't know what the story is. Somebody told me that he hung himself. Yesterday morning, somebody told me he hung himself, and I went to his Facebook, and they were saying rest in peace, Brandon, and all that stuff. So, but that's sad, man. That's real sad. But I always remember that, like, that was art. That was what. See, we were doing that in school. I started it, and then he started it, and we were giving people like nicknames. Like pretty soon, pretty soon, we were giving people nicknames, and like all we would do is take their first name and put dog on it, and like say somebody's name was their last name was Porter, we'd just be like, we were like, P Dog, bitch, and the people would, because sometimes it would seem like we were calling them bitch, but we were just saying bitch at the, we just put the bitch spin on at the end of it, and we'd walk around school all day, just calling people like this all up and down the hallway. That's all you hear is, bitch, wood dog, bitch, bird dog, bitch, like all day long. Like you, like it was so crazy, and like the teachers would get mad, but the teachers like the teachers would know it was me, but they would never do nothing. Like I'd be sitting at my desk, and I'd be sitting there with my hands on my face, I'd be like, bitch, you stupid bitch, like that. Like the teachers would never do nothing. But it was crazy.